Hey, real quick before we start the podcast, if you have listened to more than one episode, can you do me a favor and rate and review the show? Now, I'm not big on asking for favors, but we really want to get this podcast listed in the top of all health and fitness podcasts, not just the fitness category. This will take you less than a minute, and if you could do that, that would make us friends forever. And since we refuse all sponsors on the show, this will be my only ask rather than telling you to go check out some supplement or product we don't actually believe in, like every other podcast out there. So please rate and review. Okay, that's it. To the podcast. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Garage Gym Athlete Podcast. Jerry Moon here with Ashley Hicks and Joe Courtney. How's it going?
Hey.
Fabulous.
This is the part of the show where, I don't know, we should probably call it something cool, like after hours or something. We don't really care. You guys can stick around and listen. We're just going to talk about whatever we want to talk about, kind of update each other on how our lives are going.
Behind the garage door.
Behind the garage door.
Okay.
Work on it, Joe. I'm not not in love with it.
Not my best.
So yeah, basically a giant team meeting or a short team meeting in which we record it. So we're going to go ahead and get started on that. Ashley, how's life? How are you doing?
It was good. We went to Lubbock this past weekend, which was so fun because, Scott and I just have a ton of memories there. Obviously, you and Emily do as well.
Well, hold on a second. I saw on your Instagram, you guys had bricks with your names on it. I didn't get a brick. How'd you get a brick?
Yeah. Well,
was I supposed to sign up somewhere for that? I don't know things.
Pay for it. So his whole family is a part of the alumni association.
Got it.
They got his grandparents a bench outside the stadium. So that was probably pretty expensive. And then everybody who has gone to Texas Tech in Scott's family has their own brick. And
can I still get a brick?
Sure, you could just hop on Jerred.
No, I mean, can I go buy one? I was just be like, hey, I know I'm late, but I want a brick right next to the Hicks.
There are quite a few brick stones left, so yes, you can.
Still plenty for them to sell. Great.
Yeah.
Probably $5,000 a brick too, isn't it?
I have no idea. No clue.
Okay, sorry to ruin your updates, but I meant to ask you about that, but I was saving it for now.
There you go. Yep. So we had a good time. I know a lot of people know that I was a music major. I never really say that Scott was a music major. He also likes to hide it. He says he got to his MBA to cover up the fact that he was a music major, because then he went to be anyways, he was actually the drum major for the going band from Raiderland. And
just out in all of his stuff right now.
I am in 2007.
This one time at band camp.
Oh man. But our son loved the band. Connor was just super focused. He kept going, Mama, why are there so many trumpets and tubas and drums? And I'm like, that's what they do. And so we got to march with the band to the stadium, which was really cool. But another fun thing that we did in Lubbock, which is another update, is Scott and I are turning our rental into an Airbnb. So we got to see it and it's all set up. What I will say is it's not cheap, folks, and it takes a lot of work.
Yeah.
So our Airbnb is coming up. So if anyone wants to go to Lubbock,
so it's
no.
People keep telling me that real estate investing is worth it. I'm waiting. Someday it will be.
Yeah, it will be. Yeah. What were you
so
asking?
You just have a company manage it? Is that kind of how? Yeah.
Yeah, we give her a percentage and she manages it from there, which is nice. Apparently Lubbock is huge for Airbnbs because of games and parents want to come see their kids and stuff like that. So it's
everywhere. I feel like there's a reason for Airbnb everywhere, to be honest.
Yeah.
I thought my local area wouldn't be a great spot for Airbnb. I'm like, what are you coming here for? The suburbs? But we're not that far away in the grand scheme of things from Texas Motor Speedway or Alliance Airport when they're doing air shows. There's always some reason, people want to be close to your thing. I think Airbnbs can be successful in a lot of different locations people don't think of typically.
Yeah.
We just got land in Missouri this year that we had to figure out what to do with and how to work that out. But it's BFE
you're gonna sell
middle
that land
of nowhere.
to me.
No, yeah, no. Well, I told you,
I just flip the land.
Sublet it to you. Yeah, flip it. apparently, like a bunch of people go there for like there's hunting grounds close by, so hunters will go and stay in the area. But there's also like a river and some other stuff to do. It's still basically middle of nowhere, but there's like one or two wineries and stuff around. So we just got to figure out how and what to do with it. And the fact that it's so far away from stuff is like trying to find managers, like somebody to actually look over the property than like
Yeah,
being
like, I'm
in
not
a
going out
town.
there.
Yeah.
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 I guess my last one is a question to you two.
Hmm.
Do either of you know the lifespan of a cricket?
I'm going with 2 weeks.
I was going to go like a couple of months.
So I don't know the answer to that,
Oh,
but
well, that's good.
Well,
Glad we.
all right. Everyone
I was
Google that.
hoping you could help me.
Well,
So
I can Google how long do crickets live?
we have a cricket. in
90
our-
days.
No.
That's what Google immediately tells me.
Oh my
Yep, 90
gracious.
days.
Oh, y'all.
So you're hoping it'll
okay.
just be trapped in a corner and die, so you stop
It
hearing
is
it.
in our wall, right next to where my pillow is, like where my headboard is. So I've had to move a sound machine over here to try to drown out the chirping noise. And Scott's like, "Oh, I'll sleep with earplugs." Couldn't do it.
We actually had that same
90
exact thing
days?
happen when we first moved back to Texas. It wasn't like in our walls, it was just like right outside our bedroom, and there were like a ton of crickets because I don't know, it was kind of it was new construction, but it was like new construction to where it was previously like woods, and so there was still like a lot of wildlife around and a ton of crickets and stuff. But that funny, we
We're in the same
experienced
boat.
the same thing. Yeah, 90 days, just so we're all clear on that. I didn't think I'd learn something new today, but I did.
You're welcome. In the updates one.
Appreciate it.
Joe, what you got going on?
Good friends, childhood friend is in town with his girlfriend, so they're visiting for a week. We did a workout this morning, so it's pretty cool. He never used an Airdyne before, so he got on the Airdyne, and he went a lot longer and harder on it than I thought he was. So it was pretty good on him. No, I was about to ask him though, because the time that my brother came and visited in San Diego, I did a workout and then I went and had to go do something. Or no, I went for a run, but the workout I did earlier that week was like 90s or something like that. Or no, it was even less than that. It was like 30-second sprints, and like it was pain intervals either way. And I was like, yeah, just get on and do these intervals, do like 4 or 5 of them. And then when I came back from my run, he was like laying on the ground in the turf. He's like, I made it to 3. And I threw up. I was like, all right, cool. You did it. So
that's awesome.
Well,
but
welcome.
he didn't. Yeah, he didn't. And then after he was doing that, I pulled out the slam ball, and in between my sets too, I pulled both slam balls, and we were doing ground to shoulders, and then we went for a kettlebell walk. So it was good. So we'll be doing some hikes this weekend, some that I haven't done yet, some that Liz and I haven't done yet. And we actually get to take Landon to the aquarium. We put on a like fish aquarium ambiance channel on YouTube, and we have it on the TV just for background noise. But he gets so wrapped up into the fish and just like completely zoned into the fish. So it's gonna be interesting to see how he is in an actual aquarium. So that should be kind of fun. So yeah, that's pretty much going on my week. I did go for a run yesterday, and it was actually a decently hard run. I did two 1 miles, and then with rest in between, and then a 20-minute run. During the 20-minute, like toward the end, I was starting to feel my heel started to hurt a little bit. And to me, that is somewhat normal to have pain down there, which probably shouldn't, because I have tendonitis in my Achilles. So I was just like, okay, maybe
normal.
Yeah, pain is normal. It's whatever. I figured it would go away later on in the day, and then even when I woke up this morning, it like kind of hurt a little bit worse. So now I'm just kind of trying to monitor it, doing some stretching. It's not Achilles thing, and putting pressure on it. I don't really feel too much. It's gotten a little bit better now as the day's gone on. But whenever that happens, and it's something that it's not a soft tissue thing, like if you don't feel it when you're stretching, I'm always like, damn it, you got a stress fracture. That sucks. Like immediately goes there, because stress fractures suck and they take a while to heal. And it's no joke. So I'm already like, damn it, I can't do this. I can't do this now. That's it. I got a stress fracture, but I don't think it actually is. I just don't know why my heel started hurting randomly. I just changed my running shoes, so it's like a fresh pair, which did make a difference.
I was like, that could be it.
They're not brand new though. They're not like fresh, brand new running shoes. I probably already have 20 or 30 miles on them.
Shoot. Oh. Okay, you switched to a relatively new
pair.
pair that you had already purchased.
Yeah. Because when we moved here, I wore this pair for a couple of weeks, and then my old pair came in, and never mind. It's either way. Remarking on that, switching from a used, like, once you get to the end of your running shoe lifestyle makes a big difference, at least. Because I did notice doing that switch recently. I was having certain foot pains that I didn't have anymore, and some things were more sore than usual. But this, I don't know, the heel thing. We'll see what happens next week. I'll still run again as long as I don't feel it anymore.
Your 2022 is sounding like my 2021 was. It's like
The
one thing
breaking
after another.
down
I
of
just
skill.
every time I like thought I was getting better, I would do something else to like hurt myself. It's
Yeah.
all stupid stuff, and then I finally got out of that speed wobble and I've recovered. This year's been pretty good overall, and I felt really great. But you just get on those sometimes.
Yeah,
You're
I
doing
still haven't touched a
something wrong.
barbell since June, so
Do you know
I'm
what
taking
it
my
is?
back thing seriously.
Me and you both.
It's sleep. You're not sleeping enough.
That's
You can't.
100% true.
I think that's it. That's the variable. You're not
This past
recovering
week
well
has
enough because
been-
you're not sleeping.
That's what Garmin tells me every day. It's like your training volume, or what is it?
You don't need Garmin. You got me.
My readiness is always low because I'm not getting enough sleep. My sleep is not good. They're like, your training volume is good, but your sleep sucks. Like, yes, I know. I have a 7-month-old who is waking up every 2 hours and is congested and is just not fun. Yeah,
Dude,
like
I just do away with all tracking each time I've had a kid. Like that, I don't wear. I wear a Casio. Like I don't want anything telling me how much.
So
I
depressing.
Yeah, when a new kid comes around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was definitely eating away at me. Like over the weekend, especially on Monday, like just those days, because it was several bad sleeping days in a row. I was just in a mean funk. I did not want to do anything. I was just like, leave me alone energy for several days because it's just wearing. I mean, after my run, I've gotten better. There's last night or a night before I had an okay amount of sleep, but still, like, yeah, his kids just. I'm just
the worst.
okay, yeah.
They're so worth it. Next week you'll be.
It gets so much better.
I'm going to check up on you in March. See how that goes.
Yeah.
When you got yours have doubled.
I know. No, I was going to say next week your update's going to be Joe's back in PT for a year.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you just need to sleep more, which you can't. So
I can't listen to your Thanksgiving advice of waking up at 5 a.m. and just getting it done. I need to actually just sleep.
Kind of put me in a tough spot here.
Yeah.
Well,
read the book. Why was late?
It depends on which is more important.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of that, I'm back to waking up around 5 a.m., 4:45, 5 a.m. and training in the morning.
I feel like you've done this backwards because you do it right when it starts to get cold. Like, and I say Texas cold, but like you think you would do this over the summer when it's really ridiculously hot, but now it's like, nope, I'm just gonna do it when it starts to get cold.
I don't even factor that in. I didn't even think about that, but it is a lot colder when I'm walking to the
always factor
the garage. But I don't know. It's not that cold. It's nowhere close to actual cold yet in Texas, so it's not that big of a deal. But it has been like high 40s a few times in the morning when I've walked outside, which is pretty cold. But I'm back to that. So my brother, we just can't link up schedules for right now, maybe for the rest of the year because of different things we both have going on. So I hooked him up with a kettlebell, and he's gotten really into hiking. So he's doing like these really long hikes every day. And I was like, bro, just do that, man. Like if you can handle these hikes, like you're good. You don't need to be trying to follow the programming I'm doing right now. Like we can link back up, but I did want him to still get some like something resistance based in. So I gave him a kettlebell, or got him a kettlebell. And so, yeah, that's it. I'm up early training again. It's the same as it always has been. Like it's a little bit harder to push yourself, like high effort, high intensity in the morning if that comes up. And when I say high intensity, I mean just things like lifting heavy. Heavy is heavier in the morning than in the afternoon for me. So it's some adjustment to those things, but overall adjustment. I don't know why. I was talking to Emily about this today. I'm a better human being when I wake up at 5 a.m. Just from when I wake up at 5 a.m. until I go to sleep, I am better. Like in every capacity. I'm more squared away. I get more things done. I'm more motivated to do everything that I need to do in life. I don't know why that is, because it's less sleep, but I function better as myself. And I'm sure some people feel that same way. And I'm still getting probably 7 to 7.5 hours of sleep. So it's not
That's
like
what I was going to say. You don't adjust your sleep schedule?
No, I do a little bit, but like last night I didn't. Last night I ended up staying up later, and I was like, no, I'm not. I'm still waking up at 5. Like, this is happening, because I've only been doing it for a little bit of time. I don't want to break the habit. But I still try to get enough sleep. I just not as much as I was. So I don't know why I am that way, but I'm just going to roll with it. Try to get as much sleep as I can while still waking up early and getting things done. The second thing I want to mention, I think it's funny because I messaged you guys about it, but I just saw him again yesterday, so I wanted to like just bring it up. So I've been going to my son's football practice for the last several months. My middle son, Graham, they both play football, but one of them practices at a particular stadium, and so in field. And I kept seeing this guy who would walk up, and like he looked very athletic. I was like, look. Like, I feel like I'm athletic, but you like just really put me to shame. And I don't, like you're very tall, very athletic. And I was like, he had to have played like college or something, these are my thoughts, but these are my thoughts for months, not like one time. And then I finally realized, was it 2 weeks ago? It was Jason Witten. It's like the former Cowboys tight end. So yes, he was very athletic and very large human being. So Jason Witten is the head football coach for the private school in the town that I live in. So he's the head football coach, and we practice on the same field, and so or close to each other. And I saw him out there, and I was like, saw this dude for months, and it was Jason Witten. I thought it's funny, and I'm not trying to be like, oh, cool, I saw a celebrity. I think it's funnier that I just don't know who people are for very long periods of time, because that guy could have very well like Jason could have spoken to me, and I would have just been like, "What's up? Like, who are you?" And I think that might be more.
Why are you talking to me, dude? Like,
yeah, they might be more like curious as to someone who didn't know who they were. Especially in the Dallas area when you played for the Dallas Cowboys. So anyway, I thought that was hilarious, and wanted to share because that's like the second time that's happened to me. I don't even remember his name, so I'm not going to say it. But I went. Is also Graham. Emily dropped him off at a birthday party, and I had to go pick him up. And when I pick him up, it was this massive property. I'm like talking about like it was an estate, right? Like a lot of land. Fence opens up, you walk in, massive house. And I was like, well, this person has some money, clearly. And then the dad's there. Same thing. I was like, you're tall, very athletic looking, like you must have played college or something. Like that's I never put it past college for some reason. There's no way you could be a professional athlete. And it's it's his house. His son is having birthday. Graham is at the birthday party. And I walk up and I was like, hey, I'm Graham's dad. And he was very odd. And like, I offered up my name too. I don't just go by Graham's dad, but that's how I introduced myself. So he knew which kid was mine. And then, but he wouldn't tell me his name. He was like, nice to meet you. And I was like, kind of like awkwardly like, okay, you don't want to tell me your name. That's fine.
Who do you belong to? Yeah.
Yeah. And, but it was his assumption that I should know who he is my takeaway after the fact. Cause he was a professional baseball player for the Texas Rangers for like 15 years or something like that. And had just recently retired, and now they live in this area. And I just thought it was super odd. I had to go home and talk to Emily. I was like, so-and-so's dad's a dick. He wouldn't even tell me his name. And I tried to introduce myself. And Emily was like, well, that's probably because he thought you knew who he was because he was a professional baseball player. And I was like, I don't know people. Like, why would you assume that I know who you are? Like, just be a normal person. Just be normal. So anyway, funny stories about meeting people, whatnot.
I think it depends though, because my response to that was, hey, I met Dirk Nowitzki, but I knew it was Dirk because hello.
Oh, who doesn't know who Dirk is? Like, that's kind of like,
yeah.
But the baseball players are just like, I don't know, dime a dozen. I don't really know.
A dime a dozen. Right? Their rosters are
they
deep.
Look the same.
Well, I also was like, he probably didn't play that much. I was like, he probably, he's probably just on the team, whatever. And then I looked him up more, and he was like the guy. He was like the starter.
The guy.
Yeah. And he played for like 15 years, which is a lot in any professional sport. So he was really good. I definitely, maybe again, playing for the Texas Rangers, living in Dallas, I should have probably known, but I just didn't. But there was also he was being swarmed by dads, all the dads who knew who he was. Which I also thought was weird when I showed up. I was like, why is it because he's tall? Like, people like tall people sometimes. That was my thought. But
gravitational pull,
just
just the natural.
Yeah. I was like, is it because he's rich? You guys think you can get some of that money? Like, why are we hanging so close to this guy's dad? And no.
Do you just want to use the batting cage? That's it.
I was like, they just want to hear stories about being a professional athlete and stuff. But if you're a professional athlete out there listening to this or whatever, and you want someone who will not care and treat you like a normal person,
Jerred Moon's your guy.
I will not know about any of your accolades or accomplishments and could care less even after you tell me about them. So I'm your guy if you want to feel normal.
Cristiano Ronaldo is headed your way.
Yeah, I'd be like, you look athletic. Did you play college?
Did you play college?
Yeah. You've done this before?
You've done this before.
But I think that's it. We have anything going on at Garage Gym Athlete itself people need to know about?
For the new merch.
Better Human Friday's coming soon.
We can't actually talk about the merch because Trampus, at the time of recording this, is kind of on the hook for having something awesome.
Just know something's on the way.
He should have it by the time this drops. So hopefully he does. If not, well, there's some new merch.
Who knows?
Out there either. It's going to be awesome. You can go to merch.garagegymathlete.com and check out the merchandise if you want to snag a shirt. We do a new shirt every single month. If you haven't caught on to that, as opposed to just having a million different offerings all the time. And also program of the month. Do you know the program of the month?
I don't know what that's going to be yet.
Well,
I have not picked it. It's still October.
Recording too early in October for
keeping you, the listeners, myself on their toes.
Yeah. We will know by November 1st, though. It's just not as of recording this. So we should get out of here while we're way ahead. If you're listening to the updates, we really do appreciate you. I mean, I can't wait now that we've split up the episodes, like to see who listens to what. My real hope is that the predominant most popular episode is updates. And then we're just going to stop talking about science and fitness and health topics. And we're just going to get on and talk about random crap all the time. It is fun, makes for a fun podcast. But that's it. If you are on a podcast player, you do want to hear more of this, subscribe, leave a 5-star review, positive comment. If you're on YouTube, subscribe to the channel, give us a thumbs up, leave us a comment. And then if you want to get involved with the training, please do go to garagegymathlete.com, sign up for a 14-day free trial. Remember, if you don't kill comfort, comfort will kill you. To the Garage Gym Athlete podcast. If you want to learn more, go to garagegymathlete.com. You can learn about our training. Let us send you a copy of our book, The Garage Gym Athlete, or you can even get featured on the Garage Gym Athlete podcast. Thanks for listening.